I published a video on Durga Saptshati, the secrets there in Durga Saptshati about Goddess Durga. And then I was encouraged to do an English part of the same video. So here we are. In our existence, we get attracted to outside world and we get repelled by them when we taste the world and then start looking inward. The story of Durga Saptshati is very similar. And, in the beginning, there is a lot of prayer about Goddess Durga. There are mentions about Bij mantras like Om Am Hrim Klim Chamunda Viche. And there are Kunjika mantra as well, like Om Am Hrim Klim Chamunda Viche, Om Glom Him Klim Jum Sa Jwale Jwale Jwal Jwal Prajwal Prajwal, Am Hrim Klim Chamunda Viche, Jwal Ham Sam Cham Phat Swaha. There are so many mantras which are mentioned over there, which, and there are methods of praying and very hard and fast rules over there. But I'm going to emphasize on the secret sauce of Durga Saptshati, what it is meant for existence, and how we should use it, on the practical aspect of it, right? How we can apply in our life, very simply, in a very simplified way. So the Goddess Durga is, when I went through and read it, I do this Chandi part during Navratri. So that's where this realization came in me, and I thought I must share that with you. Something that I am able to relate well and that gives me immense benefit, I thought will give you benefit too. So in the overall Devi Mahatmya, what it is evident is that Goddess Durga is the energy and the Atman is the Purusha. So Devi is the mother, it's called Paramba, and she gives birth to this whole nature, the creation. And the whole story goes like this. There is Rishi Markandeya who has written this Durga Sapshati. He has used chanda called Anushtup Chanda, and there are 700 slokas, that's why it's called Saptasati. Sapta is 7, Sati is 100, so 700 slokas over here. There are 13 chapters to it, and in each of those chapters there are so many demons, who are killed one by various forms of Goddess Durga. But in the beginning, what it starts with is there is a king whose name is Suratha, who is a big king who accomplished a lot, but eventually lost all of that because of the enemies around him and some people who were their own who ditched him, and then eventually he lost all that he had, and he eventually went into exile. And the second guy is a businessman. His name is Samadhi. This guy was also quite accomplished and rich. He had earned a lot of wealth. And but again he was ditched by his own family members, relatives, etc. And they actually took away all his wealth, and then he was left with nothing. And eventually they were all kind of thrown out, before you call it as exile. And they meet in a jungle. And in the jungle they exchange their problems and their conditions, and they realized, during few days of interaction, that they are still thinking about the same people, same world that actually threw them out. And they looted almost everything that they had got. And they had seen all the colors of those friends and relatives and family members. But still they are not able to forget them. So this, they realized. So they thought what they should do. Why are they in the clutches of this illusion? And what is called as moha, is like they are not able to overcome attachment to all of them. So what they should do? So they found an ashram very close by, which was Rishi Mandhata's ashram. and they went over there. Rishi Mandhata heard their story, and he said, you should do the worship of Goddess Durga. And then he described the whole story in 13 chapter, and the beginning of it has got Kavach Kilak Argala. So Kavach is how Devi protects you in different form. Kilak is kneeling, and Argala is how you move forward and worshipping goddess. And then the story of how Devi kills all the demons, and then the Navratri, there is 9 nights in the 9 days of fasting and worship, how you can actually kill all the demons in you. That is how it should be taken as. So the first one, first demon that comes across is Madhukatab. Now Madhukatab is indicative here of the tongue which has got a taste of the which actually likes the sour and sweet. So Madhu is sweet and Kaitav is sour, or a little bit of bitter taste. So Madhu Kaitav is that. So our tongue is used to kind of adding the sourness and sweetness into everything that we eat, because that gives you a high, it gives you a kick. And we also add salt. So we add salt, and then we actually, whatever nourishment is there naturally in the food is actually to a large extent is damaged by adding these 3 things. And that's what actually gives birth to many bacteria in us. So we have a universe of bacteria in us, trillions of bacteria live in us. But some of these bacteria which emerge through these 3 are not good for our body and existence and mind. So it is important that we kill them. If we're going inward to on the path of spiritual journey, it is important that you get rid of them. So this is the first set of demon, Madhu and Kata, 1 and 2. And the next one is Mahishasur was son of a demon called Rambha, and Mahishi was mother, and so that's why he called Mahishasur, the half buffalo and half man kind of. So which is actually a symbol of the ego. The ego is that I know this is mine, this is my possession, and all these things are giving me happiness, I have earned them. So this kind of conditioning of mind is Mahishasur. So once you have overcome the tongue, the other next thing to really work upon it is the ego. And ego is actually developed out of the 4 compartments of mind. And mind is called mind, intellect, memory, and then all these 3 together, put together, all form the ego. And ego is your opinion about others and your opinion about yourself. And then what is your belongingness, what is not your belongingness, what is good for you, bad for you, all this perception about the whole world outside is the ego, right? Perception about yourself, perception about the others. So this demon is required to be killed. So that is what, when you pray, the next stage of this upasana, Durga upasana, is that you kill this demon of ego. And then the third one comes is Dhumra Vilochana. The Dhumra Vilochana is basically illusion in front of you. There's a fog in front of your eye that you don't exactly see what the illusion is all about. Like, you do not see others' perspective because they talk very nice to you and they are able to bully you. So if you are able to see beyond what is visible and obvious, the unobvious part of it is when this demon is gone. So Dhumra Vilochana is the fog in front of your eye. We do not see the right perspective in the world, and the illusion is, consuming you completely. So most of us are in that situation. It's not just about, I'm not talking just about 1 or 2 people. Most of us are, engulfed in this illusion. So this is the Dhumra Vilochana. Then they say Chandamunda. The Munda is the head and Chandi is the stubbornness, right? So once you have understood the illusion, then in your head, there is a lot of stubbornness. Like you know this nature, you know about others, and you don't want to relinquish anything. You are so much so established in your head, and this head is a very complex phenomena, right? And there's so many energies flowing in us, and those energies are blocked because of this stubbornness that you don't want to give it up. Though you have certain opinions, you don't want to give away all those opinions. So you still keep it with you. So what is needed is for you to get into the awareness, you need to surrender somewhere. So this Chandamunda is like, if you kill this, your stubbornness, it will go only when you accept someone superior to you, accept that someone knows, has the ultimate knowledge and can impart on you. When you cut that head of Chandamunda, the stubborn head, and all the blockages in your mind, is when the blessings start pouring in. So, in the beginning of the Durga Sapshati, it was mentioned about three granthis, three glands. The one is Rudra Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and Brahma Granthi. So it's like all these are blocked, and when the goddess Paramba, that energy starts flowing in, all these glands open up, and that is where your energy flows up and goes right up to the Sahasrara. So for this Chandamunda, it's this killing this demon is very important, is because this is where the surrender comes in. There is an access to the cosmic energy for it to flow inside you. Yeah, unless this happens, nothing else will happen. Now this is open. So what happens is, now you have surrender, but then you have so many desires. The next set of next demon comes. That's called Rakta Bija. Rakta Bij is this blood drop has got this quality that the moment it falls on the ground, it multiplies. Another Rakta Bij is born, another Rakta Bij is born, and like that it keeps multiplying. So it has the replication capability. Same way as our desire, one gets completed, gives birth to the other one, gives birth to the other one, and like that. And when the desires are actually not fulfilled, then it gives you anger. And in the anger, you do all the wrong things. So that's what this Rakta Bij is all about. So this is the next set of demon. So what is recommended over here is that you analyze yourself, analyze your thoughts. A good thought is a thought that can remove multiple thoughts, thousands of thoughts. And a bad thought, a single bad thought can give rise to hundreds and thousands of thoughts. So this is how you got to analyze yourself and to actually kill this demon in you. That thoughts are something that we need to manage. They keep popping out of the rabbit hole and then keep bothering you. So desire is the cause of misery, Lord Buddha said. And in Bhagavad Gita also it is said that if you understand where these desires reside, they are deep into the mind, and they take shelter into all these objects, etc. They hide over there, and as soon as those objects come in front of you, they actually awaken and they take control of you. So killing this demon is very important. The last set of demons were described in Durga Sapshati were Shumbha and Nishumbha. So Shumbha is actually related to Shubha and Ashubha. Nishumbha is Ashubha. It's like lucky, not lucky, good, not good, or bad. Or, this is religious, this is not religious, this is my religion, this is not my religion, this is your religion. So these are all beliefs that, it's basically the belief system that you were so fanatic and stubborn in your beliefs that you don't want to listen to anyone else, even if it makes sense to you. It's like you are not able to relate to the practicality of all the knowledge and wisdom. And this is very dangerous. It's that most of the wars that have happened in the world, the biggest of wars has been that they were so much stated in their beliefs that they did not want to listen to anybody else's belief. There was no room for accommodation for others. So they were very, very stubborn. So this is Shumba and Nishumba. So this was very difficult to kill this. So Goddess Durga found it very difficult to kill this demon, and then she had to take help from Mahakali, uh, Chandi. There was another goddess. The three of them, four of them put together, and Goddess Durga. Chandi, the ultimate goddess. All of them put together had to fight together to kill the demon. So it's like, because so what it means is that ultimately shedding these beliefs is very difficult. In Bhagavad Gita is called, Krishna tells Arjuna that Arjuna was a very good level devotee, but then he did not know that who Krishna is. Finally he says, Krishna told him that Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishchami Masucha. I can relieve you from all these bondages, but you have to shed all your beliefs. Sarva Dharman, all the roles that you are performing, all the beliefs that you have, all the things that you call as your religion or your belief system, you have to shed all that. Get out of all that. Only then I will be able to help you. So that's what the killing of this demon is. So eventually what happens is, ask them, what do you want? So what happens is, with this Shumba Nishumba killed, that cosmic energy goes into you, all the glands get open, and you become one with this cosmic energy, Goddess Durga and this existence. Goddess Durga is embodies you completely, and then it is fully blossomed consciousness in you, which goes towards Satchidananda, etc. And so that blossomed consciousness actually asks for you, ask for the boon. What do you want? So there are two kinds of things. So the King Surat means one who was well established in this body, like, you mighty, you are all powerful, you are well endowed, and the Samadhi is the centered mind, which is centered into the full awareness. So the business, so there are two, so you could be two types. One is this, that you are able to worship the existence in you in such a way, the goddess Paramba, that you understand now. But then you again go back into the world. So that King Surat, he says, when goddess asks him, what do you want? He says, I want my kingdom back. And this businessman who has actually gotten into Samadhi, who was centered awareness, he said, no, I don't want anything. You give me Bhakti, meaning don't separate me from you. And I will, till I am alive, I will keep singing songs about you. And I will go and spread this knowledge about you. So this is what Samadhi did, that businessman. So eventually what people do is, so this guy, the king and the businessman, they fasted for 9 days. Or they would have gone through the 9 stages of all this tapasya to get goddess in front of them. So we are supposed to go through the same 9 stages to be able to kill all these demons in us, to be able to see goddess. So some people do fasting of by not taking food. Some people also quit taking water. So no water, no food. So my father used to quit taking food. I have a friend in United States who does not even take water for 9 days. So I asked him once, how is it possible to survive without water for 9 days? And he explained me that when you don't take water, your fat metabolism starts, and then the fat starts burning. When fat burns, it releases hydrogen. You keep breathing during your fasting, so the oxygen that goes in unites with the hydrogen, and your body is able to produce water just needed for survival. So you can survive in 9 days. That's what he said. I've referred to some of the discussions that we had in San Francisco many years back in this video. So thanks to him. So this is what ultimately the story of Durga Sapshati is, there are many secrets, practical secrets in Durga Sapshati. If you understand that, I think then when you read all these chapters, you are able to relate it, reflect it, and then you say it's a story of insight, a story of the existence getting awakened, getting centered in your true form, which is called Satchit Anand. I hope it is making sense to you. Understand this, make most of it, get into Now Durga, Navratri fasting by understanding it. Without understanding it, it does not make any sense. So just making loud noises without really achieving it inside and mentally relieving all those three knots when you that I mentioned, it will not help. If you do that, you are going to be fully blossoming entity and existence. Thank you.